Marcus Thompson adjusted his goggles as he approached the community pool, his martial arts training bag slung over his shoulder. At 15, he was smaller than most kids his age, but what he lacked in size, he made up for in discipline and skill, though few at Riverside High knew about his years of training in multiple martial arts. The summer heat shimmered off the concrete as Marcus found a spot to set down his things. He'd been coming to this pool since childhood, but lately, it felt different. Hostile glares followed him, and whispers stopped when he walked by. "Look what we have here," came a familiar voice. Marcus turned to see Derek Chen and his crew approaching, 3 older boys who'd made his school year miserable. "Didn't expect to see you here, Thompson." Marcus kept his voice steady. "Just here to swim, Derek. Same as everyone else." "This is a private pool," sneered Jake, Derek's right hand. "For people who belong in this neighborhood." "I live 2 blocks away," Marcus replied calmly, the breathing techniques from his training keeping him centered despite his racing heart. The confrontation escalated quickly. Other poolgoers began to notice, some pulling out phones, others looking away uncomfortably. Derek grabbed Marcus by the arm, and before anyone could intervene, the 3 boys had forced him toward the deep end. "Let's see how well you swim," Derek taunted. They pushed Marcus into the water, but instead of just letting him surface, they held him down. What started as bullying turned dangerous as Marcus struggled against their hands pressing him underwater. Panic set in among the onlookers as they realized this wasn't just rough play anymore, but Marcus had spent years training not just his body, but his mind. Even underwater, even with limited oxygen, his training kicked in. He remembered his sensei's words, "True strength isn't about defeating others, it's about protecting yourself and others from harm." Using a technique from his Brazilian jiu-jitsu training, Marcus shifted his weight and broke free from their grip. As he surfaced, gasping for air, Derek tried to push him down again. This time, Marcus was ready. With fluid precision, he caught Derek's wrist in a joint lock, applying just enough pressure to control without causing serious injury. Using Derek's own momentum, Marcus guided him into the water instead. Jake lunged forward, but Marcus had already positioned himself, using a simple yet effective judo throw to redirect Jake's aggression into the pool. The third boy, seeing his friends neutralized so quickly and efficiently, backed away with his hands up. Marcus stood at the pool's edge, water dripping from his clothes, breathing steadily. The entire confrontation had lasted less than 30 seconds, but every movement had been controlled, precise, and defensive rather than aggressive. "I didn't want to fight," Marcus said loudly enough for everyone to hear as Derek and Jake surfaced, sputtering and shocked. "I just wanted to swim. But when someone tries to hurt me or endanger my life, I will defend myself." Pool security arrived moments later, followed by the police. The cell phone videos from bystanders told the complete story: the attempted drowning, Marcus's controlled self-defense, and his restraint in not causing unnecessary harm even when he clearly could have. As Derek and his friends were escorted away, facing serious charges for assault and attempted harm, the pool manager approached Marcus. "I owe you an apology," she said. "This should never have happened here. You handled yourself with remarkable restraint and skill." Marcus nodded, still processing what had occurred. "My sensei always taught me that martial arts isn't about looking for fights, it's about ending them as quickly and safely as possible when you have no other choice." Later that evening, as news of the incident spread through social media, Marcus received messages of support from classmates who'd previously been silent about the bullying they'd witnessed. His martial arts school, when they learned what happened, praised him for embodying the true principles of their teachings. The incident became a turning point, not just for Marcus, who gained respect and genuine friendships, but for the community, which had to confront its own issues with prejudice and the importance of standing up for what's right. Marcus returned to the pool the next week. This time, he wasn't alone. Several of his new friends joined him, and the atmosphere was completely different. As he dove into the clear blue water, Marcus reflected on his sensei's most important lesson: true victory isn't about defeating your enemies, but about transforming a bad situation into an opportunity for growth and positive change. The bullies learned that strength isn't about size or numbers, it's about character, discipline, and knowing when and how to use your abilities responsibly.